You sit down to work. You're ready. You even made coffee. But 5 minutes in, your brain's already somewhere else. You're thinking about what you said yesterday, what you should be doing, or what you're going to eat for dinner. Sound familiar? This isn't just bad attention span. It's your brain's default mode network. And it's completely normal. In fact, it means your brain is working exactly as designed. But if you don't learn how to train it, it will keep pulling you away from the life you're trying to build. Let's break this down. The default mode network, or DMN, is a system in your brain that lights up when you're not focused on anything external. It was discovered by accident. Scientists were doing brain scans, and they told people to just relax, no tasks, no thinking. But the scans showed that their brains were far from quiet. Instead, they lit up, specifically in areas linked to memory, self-reflection, future thinking, and emotional processing. That is the DMN. When it's active, your brain replays conversations, worries about the future, creates imaginary scenarios, judges itself, and drifts away from whatever's in front of you. It's where mental noise lives. Now, this isn't all bad, but too much of it keeps you stuck in distraction, overthinking, and burnout. Here's the tricky part. The DMN doesn't only switch on when you're resting, it shows up when you're trying to focus, but your brain hasn't fully committed. See, the DMN is your brain's autopilot mode. It activates when it thinks you're not fully engaged. So if a task feels boring, overwhelming, or emotionally loaded, your brain pulls away. Not to punish you, but to protect you. It pulls you into memories, daydreams, guilt spirals, replays, and regrets, because that's easier than facing something uncomfortable or uncertain. And the more this happens, the more your brain learns to drift. But the good news is, you can train it back. But how to quiet the DMN? You don't need 6 months of meditation. You need tiny, consistent actions that shift your brain from idle to engaged. Here's how. 1. Task anchoring. Before starting any task, do this. Say out loud, "I'm starting now." Set a 2-minute timer, work on it with zero pressure to finish, only to start. Why it works? It creates a deliberate on switch that interrupts DMN activation. 2. Use the 5-4-3-2-1 reset. When you catch yourself drifting, name 5 things you see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you hear, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can taste. This reboots your sensory system and pulls you out of internal noise. 3. Deep focus sessions with flow triggers. Choose tasks that match this formula. Challenge over comfort but not overwhelming. Turn on instrumental focus music. Put phone in another room. Start a 25-minute Pomodoro sprint. Flow silences the DMN, even 20 minutes counts. 4. Do a brain dump before creative work. Write down all thoughts circling your head. Worries, to-dos, distractions. This clears DMN clutter and makes space for intentional thought. 5. Get sunlight and movement in the morning. A 10-minute walk within the first hour of waking reduces baseline DMN activity. Add water and stretching? Even better. You're signaling, "I'm here, I'm awake, let's focus." At Soul State Studio, we're here to help you grow, mentally, emotionally, and in how you show up for your life. If this resonated with you, check out our other videos. And if you're ready to go deeper, hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon. Because growth isn't a switch, it's a practice. And you don't have to do it alone.